All right, let's talk about commission and the buyer-broker agreement. I know this is another update on that subject. I'm Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor here in Florida. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, yep, that's me. You know, I think I'm going to get one of those old phones. Do that. And my crystal ball. Anyway, so I want to talk with you about the buyer-broker agreement and sellers offering commission. This is for both sides, buyers and sellers, but mostly buyers to feel comfortable with this whole buyer-broker agreement. I know some people get freaked out because they don't want to have to sign anything. But I'm going to show you two of the agreements that we have, and hopefully at the end of the video, you have a better comfort level for making a purchase here in Florida. But before we start, if you are in the home search, I have a journal that will help you keep everything organized for the homes. There's checklists in there, place to put your listings so you can make notes. There's a section there that talks all about your renovations, things you might need to make. Everything you need is in this journal, and it is available on Amazon in print, so get your copy today. Okay, so buyer-broker agreement. I'm not going to get into all the details because I know everybody's heard about that lawsuit that happened and why we're in the situation where we are today. So everything was always negotiable, but now they just kind of really put it out there in plain language. So number one, when you go to list your home, the commission that you offer is negotiable on the listing side. And if you want to offer compensation, commission to a buyer's agent. So let's talk about that. So you're going to hire a salesperson to sell your home, and they are going to charge you a fee. That is the listing side. Then you have the buyer's agent. Now, some people don't feel like they want to pay for a sales agent to bring a buyer, but look at it this way. It's a sales force, and it's a trained sales force that it's a cost of selling your home. It ends up getting built into the price of the home, and you offer that to a professional who has, like someone like myself, I have probably 2,000 people that search my site. So if you have a house to sell, I'm a good person to know because I have a lot of buyers. And you want to compensate that person for their expertise and bringing you a qualified buyer to the table. And what is that worth? And again, everything is negotiable. Some people list all different rates. If you're interested in learning what I do when it comes to listing a home as far as compensation goes, so you need to understand that you are paying for somebody, a professional, to bring you a buyer. Now, what will happen if now I have not had any deal where the seller was not offering commission. I did have one where the seller was offering less than I would be willing to accept. And the deal didn't go through, but my buyer was willing to make up that little bit of a difference. This is the funny thing. So this is what I find very amusing. I did have, and I got to tell you this story. So I had a couple deals, where we got the offer. There was my seller and the listing agent. I told the listing agent we're offering whatever it was, 2%, 2.5%. And they wrote in the agreement that they wanted more than my seller was paying, which I thought was very interesting because the one deal I did say to the buyer's agent, they were paying 2%. And he wanted 3%, which we really, I don't see too much of that here. But I said, well, 4 months ago, this was a couple months ago, 4 months ago, before we had this whole negotiation out in the open thing, you would have taken 2. Now you want an extra percent. Yeah, I don't think so. I said, they're paying 2. So, well, he was an agent from out of the area. He got a little snippy with me. And you don't do that. So I said, okay, fine. We're not paying 2. We're not paying 3, we're paying 2. And he turned around and said to me, well, do you think your sellers want to lose a deal over percent? So I told him, do you want to go tell your buyers that you're greedy and you are going to lose the deal? And he ended up seeing it our way, and my seller was thrilled because they didn't have to pay any more money, and we sold the house, which I just thought it was unrealistic. Now, if, and I said you could go to your buyer and get the extra percent, or what I've done in another deal where that came up is I said, this is the price of the house, it's $400,000, and we're offering 2% commission. If you need more money, if you want 2.5, then I think we put the price at $410,000. I said, so it's up, it's up to your buyer what they want to do. We're willing to work with you, but these are the parameters. Because don't forget, sellers have bottom line. So it's not just like an open checkbook. And I think that, look, 99.9% of realtors are very easy to deal with. These are outlier situations, but you need to know they're there. So yes, you can negotiate. Yes, sellers are still paying. Are they paying what their buyer's agent is looking for? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But if you're offering at least 2% commission, we're still seeing a lot of 2 and 2.5, which I don't know what they're paying their listing agent. And quite honestly, if I have a buyer, I really don't care what they're paying their agent to list the house. That's none of my business. All I'm concerned about is their compensation for the buyer's agent and how that will affect my buyer if I'm on the buy side. So sellers are still paying commission. That's the bottom line. And what will happen if the seller's not offering any type of compensation? 0. At the end of the day, you, the seller, will end up with the same amount of money. And what I mean by that is, after you take out all the expenses and the real estate commission, if you were offering it, let's just say, just for round numbers, the home was selling for $400,000, and all of your expenses and everything, and this is not realistic, but just for argument's sake, $10,000. So you're going to net $390. If it's full price offer at $400. That's if you're paying commission. If you list your house for $400 and you're not paying commission, your full price offer, let's just say it's $10,000 commission, your full price offer is now $390. So if that, I hope that this makes sense. Let me know in the comments below if that makes sense. If not, call me, I will explain it to you, but I'll go through it one more time. $400,000, you're paying commission, you get a full price offer. $400,000, you're not offering commission, you're starting, your full price offer is now $390. I mean, to me, that's simple, but I know this whole thing is very confusing for realtors, and it's very, very confusing and unsettling for buyers and sellers. So I still see sellers offering commission, buyers, don't worry about it. When it comes to the buyer-broker agreement, when we take you out to physically tour or video tour homes, we have to have this document signed. And it displays, and I do have a copy of it on my website. I remember, so I got redone. I got to remember where I put it, if we still have it there, but I can get you a copy. Buyer-broker agreement outlines the duties that we're going to perform for you, that you are going to do. We list a commission rate in there. And also the time frame, where you're looking, what you're looking for. The time frame is negotiable, so that's why you should not be afraid to sign this. If you're going out on a home tour for a day, you can just put, it's for a day. If you're serious about buying a home and you want to work with that realtor, well, maybe you put it for a month. So there are options with that. Do not be afraid to sign these documents. And like I said, we also put the commission rate in there that we are going to accept in the event the seller is not paying. Now, if the seller is offering less than we have in that agreement, there's a modification that we can make. So say I put in the agreement, I want 2.5% commission to find you a home. If the seller is only paying 2, then we do a modification and we accept 2. So there's, or you have to pay an extra 0.5%. It all depends on what your realtor and you decide to do. Then there's also just a showing request, which is a very simple document that some use. I just use a buyer broker agreement because if you end up buying a home, we have to fill this out anyway. So again, buyer broker agreements, don't be afraid to sign it. Sellers are still offering commission at all different rates, and a lot of things are negotiable. You can negotiate the terms in an offer. The terms can be negotiated, the commissions can be negotiated, closing dates. A lot of things go into negotiating an offer in addition to commission that, can still put the deal together. So don't be afraid to sign a buyer broker agreement. There are alternative ways to offer. So, and here's one last item. If you are not, if the seller, we find out, so here is my process. When I'm with a buyer, we sell the buyer broker agreement and we look at homes. I did in the beginning, but I don't do this anymore. I don't call and ask if the seller's offering compensation because I still suggest my buyers look at homes if they aren't. But when you become interested in that home, then I make that call. Are they offering compensation and how much? So we know when we're going to structure the offer what we need to do. Does the buyer have to come up with more money? Will I accept less money? Will I need more money? So those types of things are all negotiable, and I work on that once we identify the property that you are interested in or narrowing down to make an offer so you can make a good buying decision and offer something that's acceptable to both parties to get you into the home you want and love here in the Villages, Florida. If you're looking for a buyer's agent or you're looking to sell your home, my name is Robyn Cavallaro. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode. Any questions, comments, concerns, please call me, text me, email me, make comments in the notes below. I'm here to help. All right, that's it for this one. Until next time,